Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Bachelors of Cricket. इस वीक का एपिसोड थोड़ा delayed था, but then we were waiting for the ODI series between India and Australia to finish. And also, there's a lot more coming up in the world of cricket this month and probably in the coming weeks, where there's a lot to cover today and a lot to share opinion on. I am Chirag, as always, with you, and I have Ankit with me. And Ankit,
Hi
do
everyone.
you?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, perfect. So let's get into the things scheme of things. So let's start with the first main agenda for today, which is India versus Australia. हमने series को खत्म होते हुए देखा. Last week, it was India's first loss in the last 4 years on home soil as a series, which India lost 2-1. Some great
Yeah.
performances by the Australian team. 26th सीरीज इंडिया ने लूज 26 सीरीज के बाद इंडिया ने कोई सीरीज लूज किया है होम पे दैट वाज sheer dominance which was broken by Australia and yeah Ankit, so your views on the series.
Series went pretty competitive. Obviously तीन मैच की सीरीज थी and it was 1-1 after two matches. थर्ड मैच भी काफी competitive हुआ. चाहे आप लाइव मैच कवर करो चाहे आप स्कोर कार्ड भी देख लो, it was very competitive till the end. And yeah, third match was being at Chepauk, Chennai, which is supposed to be one of the most spin friendly conditions in India, even in white ball cricket. And that's what exactly happened when, uh, even set batsmen like Kohli and Rahul and then Pandya got out against Ashton Agar and Adam Zampa. And literally, I should not say threw the match away, but rather I should say Australia, cashed in big time. They helped. I mean, they pounced on those conditions, and yeah, deservingly took that series.
Last series which India lost was against Australia in one days at home was against Australia in one days in 2019. I think this Australian team has broken this winning streak of India twice. 2019 में भी उन्होंने I think 3 साढ़े 3 साल की कोई streak तोड़ी थी. So we are seeing a trend where Australia comes to India and wins the ODI series usually, whereas उल्टा होता है जब इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाती है, हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया की स्ट्रीक्स तोड़ते हैं, वो शायद गांगुली के
Yeah,
ज़माने से होता हुआ आ रहा है, जहाँ उनकी नॉन स्टॉप टेस्ट मैच की स्ट्रीक तोड़ रहे हैं जीतने की या कोई सीरीज़ की स्ट्रीक तोड़ रहे हैं, गाबा में ब्रिस्बेन में मैच नहीं हारे, वो स्ट्रीक तोड़ रहे हैं, तो इट्स अ वेरी हेल्दी कॉम्पिटिशन गोइंग on between the two top heavyweights of the world, where
yeah,
home advantage doesn't count as much. Maybe series in test matches, yes, because there's a liberty to change wickets, but ODIs में जहाँ skill ज़्यादा आ रही है क्योंकि pitches are more competitive. uh, I don't think one team runs away with any specific result. So that's great to see for the game. We did a few predictions in the last episode about the series, which went horribly wrong. I think Ankit,
yeah.
you said that you expect 350 to be scored, and I said 350 to be chased.
Exactly,
And
especially in the first ODI at Wankhede, which didn't
yeah,
happen at all.
surprisingly, both all three matches were relatively low scoring by Indian standards.
Yeah,
The biggest score was in the third game, which was 270, which
yeah.
India very when India lost towards the end, where we were seeing wickets falling throughout the innings, but then एक hope थी. India usually does really well in the series deciders. हम लोग I think bilateral series के world champions हैं, so to say. We never lose that. आईसीसी
Yeah,
में जो हो जाता है वो हो जाता है, वो अलग बात है, बट आईसी bilaterals even home or abroad wherever we're pretty strong. So till the end when Jadeja got out, I was pretty certain that we will probably go through, but surprisingly didn't happen. First ODI in uh,
Wankhede.
Wankhede, Mumbai was also sort of similar. The pattern where Australia started well.
Yeah,
In fact, if you see, this has been the pattern across, barring the second ODI, जहाँ पे Australia ने India को 10 wickets से बुरी तरह हराया था, where Australia did start well, then we brought our spinners, we got the match back, and then seamers also helped sort of finish off the tail. India, again, I think facing the same issues of middle order. All three matches we have seen that India's middle order has not created big partnerships. It has either been the top or the lower middle order which has taken them through. And this is where I felt we lost the last two matches, right? We couldn't capitalize on the good start, or even in the second ODI where we had a poor start, we could not mend it and could not create partnerships. वर्ल्ड कप ईयर अंकित, फिर से वही इशू नंबर चार, कभी राहुल आ रहा है, कभी स्काई आ रहा है. स्काई had a horrendous series. I won't go into
Exactly, sir.
detail. It's a one
Yeah,
off. It's a
right.
very you know, unlucky thing for him.
True.
But are you seeing a pattern here again? Middle order not having that sort of
Pretty
strength
much,
without
pretty much,
consistency.
sir. Yeah, pretty much like 2019. When that time we had a conundrum between basically Ambati Raidu and what was his name, that 3D
Vijay
guy,
Shankar. Vijay
Vijay
Shankar.
Shankar. Yeah, Vijay Shankar, and somewhat Dinesh Karthik as well, who only got to play the semi-final against New Zealand and he
Mhm.
failed horribly. So yeah, और अब इस साल आप देख लीजिए 6 महीने में वर्ल्ड कप है, दैट टू इन द होम कंडीशंस, और सडनली Shreyas Iyer got a serious injury. Rishabh Pant is more or less out, and Sky. I mean, Sky has come crashing down big time. No, like
I
so
mean,
unlucky for him.
it's just वो होता है ना कि lightning doesn't strike twice वाला फंडा, तो his in his case it strike thrice. First
Yeah,
ball ducks. But I don't think that's something which you should worry about. This is just a phase. वो होता है ना कि करियर में एक ऐसी कोई
हाँ,
चीज़ हो जाती है जिसके बारे में आप सोच भी नहीं सकते. But that doesn't take anything away from Sky
वही
again.
हुआ
So
exactly, और he's been ridiculed big time, which I really didn't like on social media, even by some of my friends, because I really like him. Nobody who won't like him, the way he plays, और इतना ब्राइट होप है इंडिया के लिए, इवन एट इवन एट इनटू हिज 30s ही इज प्लेइंग सो वेल एंड सो कॉन्फिडेंट, बिल्कुल पीक पे है उसके अपने बैटिंग फॉर्म के. तो या आई रियली विश ही गेट्स इनटू इट. आईपीएल आ रहा है नेक्स्ट वीक से, तो डेफिनेटली दैट्स वेयर ही शुड थ्राइव एंड गेट बैक इनटू हिज थिंग्स. और बाकी जैसा आपने कहा मिडिल ऑर्डर, हाँ, मिडिल ऑर्डर आल्सो फेल टू क्लिक एट कोहेसिवली. लाइक फर्स्ट मैच में जैसे आप कहते हो कि केएल राहुल सेव्ड इंडिया ब्लशेस अगेन, जब आप वानखेल में 190 चेस कर रहे हो और लगता है कि बिल्कुल केक वॉक होना चाहिए, जो कि होता है यूजुअली, और सडनली we saw a resurgent, suddenly rejuvenated Mitchell Stark of old, like जैसा हम 2015 में उसको देखते थे, बिल्कुल स्टीमिंग इन 90 माइल्स, और इतनी बनानास इन स्विंग उसकी, जैसे उसने कोहली को आउट किया, राहुल को आउट किया फर्स्ट मैच में, सॉरी सेकंड मैच में, एंड स्काई बोथ द मैचेस. सो या दैट वाज अ वन बिग टॉकिंग पॉइंट कि मिडिल ऑर्डर कोहेसिवली क्लिक नहीं किया इंडिया का, जिसकी वजह से हम तीनों मैच में स्ट्रगल किए. पहला तो चलो राहुल एंड जडेजा ने सी थ्रू कर दिया अपने गुड रेस्क्यू एक्ट से. सेकंड मैच was a like losing cause big
last
time. Or third match also we failed to capitalize after the start that Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, and even Virat Kohli platform, the way those guys provided 270 wouldn't have been a failing score for Team India, but we did fail.
लास्ट 3 से 4 साल में आई थिंक इंडिया हर साल एक या दो मैच 10 विकेट से हार रही है, चाहे वो T20 में हो चाहे वो ODI
That
में हो.
is that is also
दैट इज
a big uh, uh, you know uh, point of ridicule for Indian fans that I used to see on internet, which I hate it. But what to
आई
say?
थिंक a lot of these we say that it is because of the bowling कि हम एक भी विकेट नहीं निकाल पाते, but most of the matches you will see it is because of the batting that we don't score well. See, if you are losing by 10 wickets, that means the pitch does not have demons, right? सामने वाली टीम का आपने 50 100 150 भी बनाए हैं, सामने वाली
Hmm.
टीम अगर 150 रन भी 0 विकेट से बना रही है, इसका मतलब पिच सही है. Your batsmen have
Yeah,
failed collectively, right?
yeah,
So I think that's
yeah,
something which has happened, and a lot of it has to do with the middle order not being solid, the middle order not being reliable over the course of last few years. Abhi Shreyas Iyer and Pant, as you said, are out. Not sure how we want to go for like how are we going to go in this World Cup year. I still feel that in their absence, Sky is the best bet. वही
yeah, yeah,
प्रॉब्लम आ
for
गई है
sure.
इंडिया की, which we usually discuss, that any new player who comes, through the ranks today is an opener. या top three मतलब अगर मैं आज भी या even you अंकित हम तुम भी अगर नाम लोगे top five upcoming players का they will all be top three, right? यशस्वी
Yeah,
जायसवाल, Shaw, or Gill, of course he's just come up the ranks, हो या जो भी नया बैट्स ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ हो वो भी टॉप थ्री में
they
आता है.
all
सो
top order batsmen. Yeah,
प्रॉब्लम है इंडिया में मिडिल ऑर्डर बैट्समैन नहीं आ रहे हैं और उसकी मेन आई थिंक इट्स अनदर टॉपिक और अनदर एपिसोड फॉर अस टू डू विच इज क्या आईपीएल इसके लिए जिम्मेदार है, राइट? क्योंकि आईपीएल में बिकॉज इट्स अ स्लैम बैंक क्रिकेट, एवरीबडी वांट्स टू बैट एट द टॉप, नोबडी वांट्स टू गाइड एंड बिकम लाइक अ शीट एंकर का वो जो रोल था नंबर 4 का, जहाँ पे आप सिंगल डबल लेके गेम निकालो, वो शायद खत्म हो रहा है मैच से. क्योंकि
yeah,
इंग्लैंड क्या करती है, इंग्लैंड सारे टॉप ऑर्डर्स वालों को टॉप 6 में खिला देती है. हमारे पास अभी वो कैपेबिलिटी आई नहीं है कि हम सिर्फ मारने वाले प्लेयर्स को छः छः number 6 तक खिलाएं. So that's definitely something which we have to look forward to, how India goes ahead in this World Cup year. Um, one more thing which we saw in the series was Chahal was dropped. I would say dropped because he didn't play any of the matches, and Kuldeep was preferred over him. Kuldeep performed really well, I would say,
yeah,
across all three matches. In fact, I tweeted saying that his dismissal of Alex Carey in the last one day was very close to Shane Warne's ball of the century. Nobody was
yeah,
talking about it. It was exactly similar, right? He was left arm version of that ball where it was drifting in, landed outside the leg stump and took his off stump out, right? And
yeah.
where Alex Carey was surprised. So looks like Kuldeep is back in a way, probably with confidence, with his change in bowling style. Um Either way, I'm like we discussed, right? Either Kuldeep or Chahal, one will play, one has to play. I don't think we can afford playing both because of their poor batting. And right now, looks like Kuldeep has an edge over Chahal, at least in the team
Exactly.
management's thinking.
No, that's the way it should be, sir. Kuldeep is back for sure. He's confident again. He's looping the ball good and deceiving the players, well settled players like as we saw in the third ODI also, the way he dismissed Labuschagne and Warner, where they were starting to build a platform for 300. पहले मैच में भी उसने अच्छा किया, दूसरे मैच में भी उसने अच्छा ही करने की कोशिश, दूसरे मैच में तो कुछ था ही नहीं. आई एम सॉरी फॉर दैट.
Mhm, mhm,
क्योंकि वो तो बिल्कुल थ्रैशिंग थी जिस तरीके से मार्श और हेड ने 117 चेस किया था. So yeah, Kuldeep Yadav is a big plus. He's good. He's coming back, and not only coming back, he's already come back, and I'm definitely sure that he's gonna be a big part of Indian playing 11 in the World Cup because of his this spin and all that Chinaman factor would always be there, some kind of mystery element. So yeah, good signs for middle overs bowling.
I think एक बहुत सही चीज हुई है, एंड आई थिंक दैट इज हार्दिक पांड्या के बॉलिंग करने से एंड अक्षर और जडेजा दोनों खेलने से. एज वी डिस्कस इन अ प्रीवियस एपिसोड, इट कुड बी एनी टू आउट ऑफ अक्षर, जडेजा एंड वॉशी. Obviously, if there are no injuries, then Jadeja definitely plays number one, and then maybe Akshar because of his batting today. Because Akshar can be the sixth bowler, or maybe Akshar and Hardik can be the sixth bowler, uh, and Akshar has better batting than Washi today. Probably takes the nod ahead of him, but इसकी वजह से हमारा bowling lineup is looking much better than it was looking in the last World Cup or the last few years, where we have six main bowlers, but technically all rounders, but all six of them can complete their 10 overs. काफी अच्छा बैलेंस आया है. एक लेफ्ट आर्म है, एक फिंगर स्पिनर है, और मे बी दो फिंगर स्पिनर्स हैं, एक लेग स्पिनर है, रिस्ट स्पिनर बेसिकली इन कुलदीप और चहल. We can play two genuine fast bowlers, and Hardik is a swing bowler, right? So that's a good thing, which I felt went into India's favor and can be a win which we can take. I have a left field view on a specific topic which we just discussed. I was speaking to a couple of friends on WhatsApp when the matches were going on and we were struggling with the middle order. I think we can try Akshar Patel at 5 or 4. If he plays at 5, Rahul plays at 4. Or Akshar Patel can play at 4 and Rahul plays as a finisher at 5 because Rahul has the big game. Akshar has the big game, but today I feel Akshar has a better game against spin than any other middle order batsman barring Kohli. Even Kohli has shown weakness against spin in the last few years. बट अक्षर का स्पिन गेम बहुत अच्छा है, स्पिन के अगेंस्ट खेलने का। लेफ्टी है,
Yeah.
पहले तीन बैट्समैन और आगे बाकी के तीन बैट्समैन राइटी हैं, तो एक लेफ्टी वाला चेंज भी आ जाता है। If I'm Rohit Sharma today or Hardik Pandya, I play Akshar at 4 or 5 and see how it goes, because in my words, he's poor man's Yuvraj Singh or Raina, right? He can
Yeah.
bat, he can bowl, he can field,
Yeah.
and on his day, he can give you 10 overs. On his day, he can make those 60, 70 runs. Good against pace, good against spin. Maybe it's his game in the future. Like maybe it's his time, if everything works out for him.
Definitely, sir. There is a possibility because he's had a good time in recent past, and yeah, his game is on the rise. And World Cup is also gonna held in Indian conditions, which obviously gonna suit his style of play. So why not? देखते हैं अगर आईपीएल में उसको दिल्ली से बैटिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज और मिलती हैं अप द ऑर्डर सो दैट ऑटोमेटिकली दैट वुड grow his confidence furthermore in white ball cricket to go up the order and either build a inning or accelerate from the word go. So yeah, let's see. But he
नहीं,
can be tried for sure.
दिल्ली में चांसेस अच्छे हैं उसके, क्योंकि पंत नहीं खेल रहा है, सो दे वुड नीड एन इंडियन बैट्समैन टू सॉर्ट ऑफ शेयर सम रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज।
Yeah.
इंडियन बैटिंग में ये लोग थोड़े से आई थिंक मिडिल ऑर्डर में वीक है,
Hmm.
एंड ऑफ कोर्स क्योंकि
और
पंत
वो
नहीं खेल रहा है
लेफ्टी
तो
ऑप्शन भी देता है सो दैट ही
एग्जैक्टली,
कैन accommodate in between uh, amongst the likes of the Mitch Marsh and Zalman Powell and
एग्जैक्टली,
Sarfaraz Khan. एक लेफ्टी ऑप्शन आता है which is a pretty handy himself like as a batter. So
एग्जैक्टली।
chances are good for Delhi and for himself as well playing for
एंड
Indian team.
आई थिंक एक और चीज़ है कि दिल्ली ने अभी अपना कैप्टन अनाउंस नहीं किया, इफ आई एम रॉन्ग नॉट रॉन्ग, सो
Nah, they have David Warner is the captain.
was it David Warner? Then I was
Yeah,
thinking if it is between Warner and Akshar, because I was hearing that
yeah.
Akshar
Akshay
may
is
be the captain,
designated vice captain now.
and with David Warner's form, injury, maybe he becomes the captain. You never know, right? So, which will also give him extra responsibility. And since he's had a last good like one year with the bat, maybe he's tried up. We will talk about IPL in a
Yeah,
very short while, but very quickly moving to positives for India, and then maybe you can sort of move to the next topic. As we've already discussed, Kuldeep was a big positive. I felt Gill looked really well, really good. Though he didn't get a very huge score in the series, but he was looking really, really good. Like probably the best I've seen him look in the one day format. Uh, last 6 months have been like that, right? He scored a double century as well. Mohammad Siraj, who I don't rate as a white ball bowler. For me, he was a red ball bowler, and I still feel he's not the T20 type of a bowler. But he did really well in the ODIs because ज़्यादा overs होते हैं, मार कम पड़ती है. He really did well at the beginning of the tournament, beginning of the innings as well as towards the end. I think he complemented Shami really well. Um, and agar if I were to talk about India's opportunities, loss, or weaknesses, I think middle order definitely one of the biggest ones. We are still showing our weakness against left arm fast bowlers, which Mitchell Stark really took advantage of. I think we have to find a way, because every big nation today in world cricket has a good fast left arm fast bowler, and they know if India is playing against them, even if that player is on the fringes, they will play him in the ODI side, right? So it can be Marco
yeah,
Jansen in South Africa, Trent Bolt for New Zealand, Willie for England, Stark, Shaheen Afridi, name it and they have it. Everybody
yeah,
has a lefty. So we have to. I'm not saying we need to play a lefty in our team. Uh, with Mukesh Chaudhary and Mohsin Khan injured for IPL, I don't think there's anybody who's there right now. Khalil Ahmed is completely off the boil. Uh, but we need to at least have lefties in the nets so that our team can practice. I'm sure they're doing it, but we need to show a better resolve. We are getting out too easily, bowled or LBWs in for incoming balls. And finally, one opportunity loss for me, or maybe a thing to look into, would be Hardik Pandya's batting. Hardik Pandya, the bowler, has really come up and started performing again, which is nice for the balance of the team. But I feel somewhere he's still not at his best when it comes to batting, because now we don't expect him to be that 24-year-old young guy who comes and hits sixes. We expect
yeah.
him to finish matches for us. He himself somewhere feels that he is the Dhoni incarnation in the Indian cricket team. वो थोड़ा कोशिश करता है अपने आप को ज़्यादा, you know, कप्तानी में भी थोड़ा कूल बनने की कोशिश करता
Yeah,
है और
yeah.
ज़्यादा हंसता रहता है। तो अगर आप कोशिश कर रहे हो और आपको लगता है आप वो हो, तो आपको मैचेस भी वैसे खत्म करने पड़ेंगे। सो
And I
समवेयर
feel, and I feel when Kohli got out in the decider, he had the perfect opportunity and the perfect platform to hog all the limelight and
या
be another Dhoni on that day to win the series. But yeah, he played a poor shot against Sampa and just got out
बट आई थिंक डिसअपॉइंटमेंट
prematurely.
तभी होती है जब एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है, एंड एक्सपेक्टेशन तभी होती है जब आपको आदमी पे थोड़ा सा भरोसा होता है। तो आई फील हार्दिक कैन कम
True.
गुड। वी हैव सीन आफ्टर कैप्टनसी, जब भी उसे कैप्टनसी मिलती है वो थोड़ा एडिशनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी का काम करता है। बट होपफुली he realizes this and finish becomes like the finisher which we are craving for since MS Dhoni retired.
Yeah.
Positives for Australia. What do you think?
Yeah,
What
I
what
would
was that?
quickly cover it. Like the two biggest positive for Australia in this series were one, the most obvious one, Mitch Stark, the way he bowled in all the matches. Third match would not show exact picture as per his scorecard, but he bowled really well in all the matches. उसकी वो ट्रेडिशनल जो बोलते हैं उसकी यूएसपी थी, क्विक
Hmm.
एंड इन स्विंग, बनाना इन स्विंग, वो हमें वापस दिखी लाइक हिज पीक डेज सम 5-6 years बैक। आप मैंने आपको मैसेज भी किया था।
Hmm.
आई डोंट रिमेम्बर आई हैव सीन हिम बोल दिस वेल इन लाइक लास्ट
Hmm.
4-5 years। तो बहुत ही अच्छी बॉलिंग की उसने, इट्स अ गुड साइन ऑफ फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया। और दूसरा सबसे बड़ा पॉजिटिव पॉइंट था उनके लिए मिच मार्श, जिस तरीके से
Hmm.
उसने बैटिंग की है एट द टॉप। वार्नर को थोड़ा सा उसने पर्सनल डेंजर दे दिया है फॉर हिज स्पॉट इन द प्लेइंग 11, बट दैट्स नॉट गोना हैपन। दे विल फाइंड अ वे फॉर बोथ ऑफ देम।
I think
और
IPL is very important for Warner. अगर IPL
या
खराब जाता है तो
या
there can be
या
curtains because Indian
या
conditions में रन नहीं बन रहे हैं और इंडिया में
या
ही वर्ल्ड कप है। So let's see.
या या So yeah, these two are the big positives for Australia, and one pretty a middling one, but I rate him pretty much as a bowler. हमने देखा कि कमिंस absent था because of his family issues, and Hazelwood got injured. So for my, as per me, Nathan Ellis, who's seen here as the best death bowler in the country, उसने second match में जिस तरीके से रिसीव किया था कोहली को टू गेट अ
Hmm.
प्लम एलबी, और वो आईपीएल में भी बिक चुका है इवन आफ्टर बीइंग अ नोबडी। शायद उसने
Hmm.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया को रिप्रेजेंट भी नहीं किया था कुछ खास, और वो आईपीएल खेल चुका है 2 साल पहले। सो ही इज
Hmm.
अ गुड गाय एंड ही इज डेफिनेटली गोना बी इन द plans for World Cup. So he's a good pick क्योंकि ही इज नॉट दैट टॉल एज यूजुअली द यू जितने ऑजी पेसर्स हमने देखे ओवर द इयर्स, उतना टॉल नहीं है वो, थोड़ा सा
Hmm.
स्लिंगी है, और
Hmm.
डेथ बॉलिंग बहुत अच्छी करता है वो। तो ही इज अ गुड फाइंड फॉर हिम फॉर देम। और
Definitely.
या these things are there for Australia. बाकी on personal level, David Warner and Steve Smith like to get more runs. They would like to get into things in white ball again. IPL is the perfect opportunity. And yeah, just a breaking news if I like to mention here. Steve Smith is coming back in IPL again. I just saw him. He put up a
Hmm.
story 1 hour back. He's
आप
coming back to IPL.
आपने आप तो you know how he is coming back to IPL. He's a commentator.
Oh really?
So don't go by the headlines. Read the whole news.
वे
So
मैंने तो उसकी इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरी देखी थी, एक घंटे जैसे आपका मैसेज आया
तो
मैंने
तो मैं
इंस्टाग्राम पे
भी
था, उसकी स्टोरी देखी मैंने।
मैंने सुबह सुबह मैंने एक हेडलाइन देखी थी कि दिस इज द फर्स्ट आईपीएल एवर वेयर विराट कोहली, विलियमसन, जो रूट एंड स्टीव स्मिथ विल बी टुगेदर, like the Fab Four will be in the
हम्म,
IPL. Then I
हम्म।
clicked and it was like Steve Smith will be commentating in the IPL. That's why they are together.
आप
It's very
श्योर हो? आपका ये
very
सोर्स क्या था?
very sure हूँ मैं, very sure.
नहीं, आपने कहा किसी पोर्टल पे पढ़ा था, क्रिक इन्फो
हाँ
समथिंग?
मैंने हाँ मैंने कहीं पढ़ के ही बता रहा हूँ. Steve
ओके,
Smith
क्योंकि
wasn't
मैंने
sold, right? He
मैंने
was not sold.
एक घंटे एक घंटे पहले उसका उसके मुंह से सुना है ये। तो उसने बोला कि आई एम गोना बी पार्ट ऑफ वेरी पैशनेट टीम। अब टीम बोला है तो मेरे ख्याल से कमेंट्री पैनल तो नहीं होना चाहिए।
क्यों भाई,
लेट्स सी।
कमेंट्री भी टीम ही होती है यार, क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम?
अच्छा।
Because Steve Smith was
या
not sold. He went
या
unsold, so
तो
he's
नहीं,
definitely not.
क्योंकि वी हैव सो मेनी इंजरीज नो, सो ही कैन बी अ रिप्लेसमेंट। जैसे हमने याद करिए आप फर्स्ट फर्स्ट एपिसोड में जब हम बिग बैश की बात कर रहे थे, आपने पूछा था वन गाय टू वॉच आउट फॉर. आई
हम्म,
टोल्ड यू मैट शॉट फ्रॉम एडिलेड. He's
हम्म,
been named as a replacement for Johnny Bairstow in Punjab, so he's gonna be widely available for the Indian crowd, and I think so he's gonna start in playing 11. Let's see, because like to like replacement of Johnny Best होगा. धवन को एक कुशन चाहिए होता है ना अपने साथ में, कि somebody who has to go bonkers from ball one, so that he
हम्म.
can accumulate the innings. So Matt Short can play that role and set the platform for the likes of the box office guys, Livingston and Sam Curran, those guys. So yeah, देखते हैं.
नहीं नहीं, स्टीव स्मिथ काफ़ी शोरूम है कि वो कमेंट्री को ज्वाइन करने आ रहा है, बट इसको सुन के केकेआर के फैंस काफ़ी पागल से हो गए थे क्योंकि दे थॉट श्रेयस अय्यर का रिप्लेसमेंट है, बट
Ah, okay.
यूजुअली इंडियन प्लेयर्स आर बीइंग रिप्लेस्ड बाय फॉरेन प्लेयर्स, होता नहीं है ऐसा.
Mm,
सो
mm.
लेट्स सी. Anyway, one thing which I would like to add for Australia before we move on would be the spin department of Australia, which
Oh
really
yeah,
is doing well in the middle overs. Adam Zampa always does well. एंड एस्टन एगर ने जो लास्ट मैच में अपना फर्स्ट बॉल ऑफ द टॉर डाला था, उसी से वो बॉल स्पिन होने लग गया था.
हाँ
एंड
मैंने देखा.
yeah, so Australia does have good players, good spinners as well, and then of course they have the off spin of Maxwell as well in case they want to utilize him. Australia looking good. I know they didn't score very heavily, but they had batsmen or all rounders coming till eighth or ninth,
या
scoring the
रियली,
batting
अब
order.
आप इससे
So
आप ये समझ लो कि मैक्सवेल कुडंट फाइंड प्लेस इन द बेस्ट 11. उन्होंने
mhm,
सारे अपने फुल थ्रॉटल ऑलराउंडर्स भेज दिए. ग्रीन, स्टॉइनिस और मैक्सवेल भी एक मैच में खेला था. और जहाँ पे वर्ल्ड कप में अगर उनको थोड़ी सी भी, जहाँ पे उनको लगेगा कि पिच वुड बी असिस्टिंग स्पिन अ बिट मोर, एस्टन एगा गोना कम इन प्लेइंग 11, क्योंकि उस बैटिंग तो उसका हमेशा से एक एडवांटेज रहा है एट नंबर 7 नंबर 8. ही कैन hit those quick runs at the death. बट अब बॉलिंग उसने अच्छी की है, तो इट्स अ गुड हेडेक फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया.
perfect. So let's see. India plays Australia again for three matches before the World Cup in India.
अच्छा,
So it will technically be a continuation of the series if I were to say it that way. मतलब
कहाँ
वो कर
इंडिया में
सकते
ही
थे
है?
इंडिया में ही है, 6 मैच की सीरीज कर लेते इससे अच्छा 3 मैच की दो सीरीज के अलावा.
नहीं ठीक है,
बट
वो एक और अच्छा ड्रेस रिहर्सल होगा जस्ट बिफोर द वर्ल्ड कप.
डेफिनेटली आई थिंक एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन फेज अभी चल रहा है, वो वाला फेज शायद लास्ट फेज होगा कि जहाँ पे जो टीम खेलेगी
या
पक्का पक्का वही
या या
होपफुली आएगी. सो लेट्स मूव ऑन. WPL का फाइनल कल हुआ एंड
या
वी हैड Mumbai Indians beating Delhi Capitals, the ladies, by chasing 130 odd were made by Delhi after a poor
या
start. They were 84 8 or something, and then we saw some hitting by Radha Yadav, and
योर
and
फेवरेट.
I mean she's my favorite fielder for Indian cricket team. I really rate her really high, and then I think Mumbai Indians never had a very difficult time chasing that total. Nat,
या सिवर.
Natalie Shiver,
या
Brett
या
took them home, and though the score line looks pretty close, but they were pretty comfortable. I think they won by 6 wickets, right?
या I mean, Delhi made a fist of it after just folding at 130, because पिच अच्छी थी. स्टार्ट भी उनको अच्छा मिला था. जैसे मैग लैनिंग वाज लुकिंग एज सॉलिड एज एवर. बट मैं क्या बोलूँ, मैं थोड़ा सा डिसअपॉइंटेड था, क्योंकि दिल्ली वर माय टीम यस्टरडे. दे वर फ्रॉम द डे वन, आई वाज बैकिंग देम टू गो ऑल द वे, क्योंकि जिस तरीके की क्वालिटी थी उनकी. लैनिंग बीइंग अ चैंपियन बैटर, चैंपियन कैप्टन, एंड देन मिडिल में उनको जो इम्पेटस मिलता है. Shefali Verma also was playing so well. Then Alex Capsey, one of my favorite female
Your
cricketer.
favorite player?
Yeah, for definitely she is. She had a horror last night. I mean, बोलना नहीं चाहूंगा, but they they were taken aback by that Izzy Wong full tosses. She got 3 wickets on 3 full tosses in the
Hmm.
final. Shefali Verma, that controversial no ball call. Let's not get into those things, umpiring and all. But Shefali Verma, Capsy, and Jemima, they all got out on full tosses. Just away moving full tosses and they couldn't handle, they just got out. वहां पे that just broke the back of their batting. उसके बाद रही फाइनल नील इन द कॉफिन, उसने दे दी जेस जॉनसन ने. She had a worst day in the final. She ran out Meg Lanning, a well settled Meg Lanning, जो उनको 150 तक ले जा सकती थी, which could have been a match winning score in the final. उसने रन आउट करा दिया मैग लैनिंग को. और जब दिल्ली ने इतना अच्छा फाइट दिया था डिफेंडिंग 130 थ्रू आउट द नाइट, लास्ट 2 ओवर्स में उनको 21 रन चाहिए थे, विच इज नॉट अ केक वॉक इन विमेंस क्रिकेट, राइट. अमीलिया कर और नेट सिवर थे. नेट सिवर was playing well. I all accepted, but still 12 बॉल पे 21 रन इज नॉट दैट इजी इन विमेंस क्रिकेट. और जेस जॉनसन ने वहां पे बिल्कुल लूज कर दिया मैच. 19th ओवर में 15 रन कंसीड किए उसने. मैग लेनिंग को रन आउट कराया. तो बीइंग एन ऑजी, वेटरन ऑजी जिन्होंने इतने टाइटल्स जीते हुए वुमेन्स क्रिकेट में, जेस जॉनसन हैड अ forgettable night. So I'm not blaming her, but yeah, she was the biggest culprit for me for Delhi not to win the first women title. Yeah, कोई भी नहीं, but it was a path breaking tournament which was expected to start long time coming, but it's good that finally it happened. तो अच्छा है सबके लिए. मेरे ख्याल से कुछ चीज़ें बहुत अच्छी हुई इस टूर्नामेंट में कि लीस्ट ट्रैवल था. सारा टूर्नामेंट मुंबई में रखा गया था. डीवाई पाटिल एंड सीसीआई ब्रेबॉन में था, विच इज़ इन वॉकिंग डिस्टेंस, लाइक सेम सिटी मुंबई. तो
वॉकिंग डिस्टेंस में नहीं है फॉर
या
द
आई एम सो
लिसनर्स.
सॉरी, नॉट वॉकिंग डिस्टेंस बट इन द सेम सिटी,
Levi
इन द
Patil is
सेम.
almost halfway to Pune,
या
and
नई नई मुंबई, या नवी मुंबई,
Brabon,
दैट इज.
Brabon is literally towards the end of Mumbai. So
Yeah. My mistake,
Wankhede,
not.
Wankhede and Brabon are walking distance.
या सो ट्रैवल बहुत लेस था लेडीज को. और पिचेस बहुत अच्छी थी, स्पेशली इन द स्टार्ट. दे वर बैटिंग ब्यूटीज. विमेंस क्रिकेट में 200 स्कोर हो रहे थे यार ऑन अ डेली बेसिस. 200, 180, 190, विच इज सो गुड टू सी ऑन द आइस. कहीं स्ट्रगल नहीं हो रहा विमेन को एक्यूमुलेट करने में. जो आ रहा है थ्रू द लाइन हिट करता जा रहा है, इफ यू हैव द एबिलिटी. दैट वाज गुड. गुड टू सी. सो ऑल इन ऑल इट वाज प्रीटी गुड टूर्नामेंट, गुड स्टार्ट.
Okay, then it is not on till the time India plays. So in cricket, obviously. So India has started this league, and I'm sure expectations were there since years. We used to have those small 14 tournaments before the IPL every year. Last two, 3 years
Yeah,
they've been
yeah,
happening. So good beginning. I think the best part which I felt, or the best thing I felt about this tournament was the involvement of the original IPL franchises. Like they wanted to get involved into this. It was not like हमें लेडीज गेम्स कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. हम हमारा कंसंट्रेशन पूरा मेंस गेम पे बिकॉज पैसा यहीं से आता है. सो इट वाज रियली गुड टू सी a lot of teams
yeah,
bid. Eventually, I think barring one, all of them were secured by IPL owning teams. So that was great. Good to also see the same names, similar jerseys, because that
yeah.
creates a brand, right?
Yes,
Somewhere I felt
exactly.
Lucknow lost out on that, whereas teams like sorry, Gujarat, not Lucknow, Gujarat, my bad. Gujarat lost out on that, whereas teams like Mumbai Indians, Delhi, RCB, they are all sort of now creating a family of female cricketers and male cricketers together, and I think that will go a long way in building their brand because at the end of the day, it is a brand building sport, right? It is a franchisee
Yeah,
tournament, it is
true.
a national range tournament, so that was great. Good involvement across everywhere. The Geo showing amazing 4K telecast, I think, which was a good initiation towards IPL. So all in all, I think it would be a success. We will call it a success as the first
Yeah,
time
definitely it
IPL.
was.
Big things to see in the future. Cool. Which brings us to IPL starting
Yeah,
soon next week.
yeah.
So uh,
I'm
yes,
excited for that. As a
I
fan,
mean
as a
the,
spectator.
the loyalties split. Your favorite players are in the different team, and your team has
Yeah,
probably players which are from opponents in international cricket. So exciting times. Of course, doing a team level review is something which will require a lot of detail. But I think rather, let's do like a summary of
yeah.
what we think of the
We'll
tournament.
do it short and precise, but we'll
Sure.
put up the
So,
big points.
so I think this IPL, before even starting, has been marred by a lot of injuries. That's the
Yeah,
biggest talking point of this year. Just to name a few injuries of big players, I'm sure there are more, but some, household names. For Mumbai Indians, they are missing Jasprit Bumrah, Jai Richardson. Delhi is missing their captain in Rishabh Pant. RCB is missing Phil Jacks and Rajat Patidar, which we got to know a couple of days ago.
yeah,
I think RCB has done well to replace Phil Jacks with Michael Bracewell,
yeah,
because in the Indian conditions we saw how he did in the last series. Uh, CSK is missing Mukesh Chaudhary and Kyle Jamieson, which again is a big blow because Mukesh Chaudhary was one of their main bowlers. First name on the sheet, maybe I would say. Lucknow is missing Mohsin Khan, again somebody who everybody was looking forward to seeing
yeah,
for this IPL. And KKR, I think out of all the teams barring DC, KKR has the biggest blow because Shreyas Iyer would most likely be missing from IPL this year. He's their captain, their main batsman, and I personally believe KKR is the weakest squad across all teams, across all 10 teams. So their only, or maybe one of the very few star players was Shreyas Iyer, who's
yeah.
missing. And now I think I was hearing that the captaincy may be given to either Shardul Thakur or Sunil
Oh,
Narayan,
Sunil Narayan. Yeah,
which is
let's see.
very strange. Which is very strange for me. I don't see. I
बिकॉज़
don't think I've
बिकॉज़
seen him.
आंद्रे रसेल कितने मैचेस में फिट रहेगा उसकी कोई गारंटी नहीं है. ही इज़ अ नाउअडेज़ हिट अ मिस काइंड ऑफ प्लेयर, बट वो बॉक्स ऑफिस है तो ही इज़ गोना बी देयर, बट कंसिस्टेंसी इज़ अ बिग पॉइंट अगेंस्ट हिम.
मतलब मैं again, if I were to think, see, I do always don't like to think the cliched way, the normal way. मेरे को हमेशा ना कुछ अलग सोचने में मजा आता है. So why not Nitish Kumar? Nitish Rana,
नीतीश
sorry, not
राणा,
Nitish Kumar.
या वन
Nitish
ऑफ
Rana.
योर
Why not
लॉन्ग
Nitish Rana?
टाइम
Because with
बिग.
Iyer out, he plays all 15, 16 matches, right? Even
या
18 matches now with
या
10 teams, 16 matches. He plays all the matches. He's probably going to be their middle order, main solid middle order, four, number five batsman now. Probably even number three with Iyer not being there. Um, and of course he's Indian. He's captain Delhi before in Ranji,
या
so he has that
या
experience. I won't be surprised if Nitish Rana is the captain. Let's see, uh,
या
because
हिज नेम आई थिंक शुड हैव बीन पुट फॉरवर्ड इन प्लेस ऑफ सुनील नारायण और शार्दुल ठाकुर. आई आल्सो फील सो.
so yeah, so that's that. I believe KKR again. Just speaking a bit more about KKR, has one of the weakest squads going around. Not big firepower. Even bowling is not that great. I don't see them qualifying again for playoffs.
Yeah.
That's me saying. That's my prediction. I believe again they'll be like bottom two, if not last.
Yeah, yeah. I won't disagree to you. Like, yeah, they've never been one of my go-to teams, and in all 15 seasons, ever since Magallam left them, I never supported KKR.
वो
None
अलग
at
बात है,
all.
सपोर्ट करना अलग बात है. We have to see
Yeah, yeah.
Gautam Gambhir
Team-wise
got
also.
multiple times. He was the multiple champion, so it's not
Yeah.
like they're not a successful franchisee. I think they really screwed up in the main auction last year, and sort of couldn't get what they wanted. I don't know what the strategy was, but somewhere I think they will be the team who will be really looking forward to a reset as soon as the new big auction comes in. I'm not sure if it will come in this year, sorry, next year or not, but that's that. Very quickly moving to predictions. What do you think? Who? I don't think we can say who the champion would be, but we can definitely call about the playoffs. What do you think would be your top four in
Cool,
your
sir.
mind?
Cool. Yeah, we'll quickly go about that. So obviously, top two teams for me would be first would be Mumbai Indians. The firepower they have. They also consist of uh, some of my favorite players. Not only favorite, they are match winners, in their own right. So we'll talk about them in little bit more detail some next time. But yeah, Mumbai Indians would be my first team, first pick. Second team would be Delhi. Third team would be, many people won't agree with me right now, but I see them as one of the biggest underdogs this year. That has to be सनराइजर्स. उन्होंने बिल्कुल रिवैम्प किया है अपना ओवरसीज स्क्वाड. नॉट नॉट द स्टार दे, right now they are not that big superstars right now, but they are pretty much, workman like team this year. So I have big hopes from them. Third team for me would be Sunrisers, and the fourth team, I always like to see them do well, is Punjab. So my four teams would be Mumbai, Delhi, Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Punjab.
That's a great shout. I think you've gone for the unexpected. Probably, I would say Mumbai Indians is probably little too dependent on their fast bowling, where I felt missing Jai Richardson and Bumrah would be a challenge for them. Archer is there. We all wanted to see Archer and Bumrah play together. This was the
Yeah.
plan for this year, but unfortunately that couldn't happen. But मुझे लगता है कि आर्चर पे मैं ना भरोसा नहीं कर पाता हूँ. वो मिड टूर्नामेंट भी टूट सकता है. I know he's back, he's fit, he's bowling bombs, he's bowling really well. But let's see. खेल के ही पता लगेगा. But I'm not very sure on
Yeah.
Archer. But if he performs well on his day, he's the best in the world on this format specifically. So that's a great shout. I think even in sorry, Kings 11 or maybe Punjab Kings, Bairstow is one of their biggest players. But now that he's out, they have you
Matt
know
Short.
um, Matt Short or this guy, right?
Livingston. Liam
Livingston.
Livingston.
Really love
Yeah,
seeing him play. I think
exactly.
he will have to
Who doesn't? The
step
way
up.
he bats.
He will have to step up,
Yeah.
and so that's that. My top four, I'll be a little more conservative and but probably go with the trend. I believe CSK would be there in the top four, plainly because very rarely you would see them fail in two consecutive seasons. Last season they started bad because Jadeja was the captain, Dhoni came midway, and he still revived the team. You still saw them, making a charge towards the playoffs.
And recently, just sorry to cut you, sir, for a second. Recently, I saw a picture of him, Dhoni. He's got big
Mhm.
guns, man. क्या किया है उसने ऑफ सीजन में? एक पिक्चर उसकी वायरल हुई है 2-3 दिन पहले.
हाँ
वो
हाँ हाँ
शॉट
हाँ.
मार रहा है लॉन्ग ऑन पे और
हम्म.
उसके आर्म्स देखो आप. ओह माय गॉड.
नहीं, आई थिंक टाइम है भाई उसका. उसकी क्रिकेट की जगह जिम जाता है वो. बट आई थिंक आफ्टर अ वाइल लास्ट ईयर वी सॉ धोनी द बैट्समैन. आफ्टर अ वाइल लाइक 2-3 4 साल से धोनी wasn't doing really well. I'm not saying he's still what he was, the old Dhoni, but somewhere we saw something which was missing in the last 2-3 years. So CSK don't call Dhoni out ever, ever. So
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
knows how to
I
perform
won't.
in
I won't.
big wins. Their oldies, the squad does really well. Raidu does really well. Ruturaj Gaikwad ने आईपीएल को अपना घर बना रखा है, चाहे वो बाकी जगह कुछ करे ना करे. So
Moin
that's great.
Ali,
I
Ben
think they will be
Stokes would
missing
be there.
Ben Stokes, of course. How can we
Yeah,
forget Sam Curran, Ben
yeah,
Stokes, Sam Curran for Kings 11 or again Punjab Kings.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and Ben Stokes, if he plays, that will be providing a lot of balance
Huh,
because
he's there. He's there. I think he's gonna
because
open. Not open
Uthappa is
because
missing for them this year, right? Uthappa would be
Uthappa is
missing.
retired. So yeah,
Yeah,
Devon
so they
Conway
need
and
somebody.
Rituraj gonna open.
They need somebody at number three who can just take the game away, which Uthappa used to do on his day. Even
Yeah.
even if he was, last year playing at
वैसे
38 years
आपने
old.
अच्छा याद दिलाया मेरे को. टीम उनकी ठीक है. कॉनवे,
Mm,
ऋतुराज, देन मोइन अली, स्टोक्स,
yep.
जडेजा, धोनी. नॉट दैट बैड. बॉलिंग उनकी आई फील वन ऑफ द वीकेस्ट है. बट या लेट्स
I
सी,
know.
लेट्स सी.
यार वही बात है ना, धोनी के होते हुए बॉलिंग कभी विकेट नहीं होती. उसने मनप्रीत धोनी को इंडिया खिला रखा है, राइट?
Yeah.
सो
Last year,
दैट्स दैट.
who would have thought that Mukesh Chaudhary and that Paji Simranjeet Singh, I guess his name was, those
यप.
two bowled pretty well in the later stages.
एंड एंड इस साल तो वैसे भी बेन स्टोक्स गिव्स देम 4 overs, राइट? सो
Yeah,
थोड़ा
yeah.
तो बेटर हो ही जाएगा सिचुएशन. सो या सीएसके नंबर वन फॉर मी.
Acha,
And again,
number one. Oh,
this is not an order. I was going to say this is not
okay,
an order.
okay, cool, cool.
For me, these are the four teams for me. CSK. Then second would be RCB. As an RCB fan, as somebody who feels the team would have gelled better than last year, they were not very poor last year. They were not
Yeah,
poor. They were average. But वही बात है कि अब 10 टीमें हो चुकी हैं तो थोड़ा मतलब कंपटीशन बढ़ गया है. बट आई फील दैट फैफ की कैप्टनसी, कोहली का फॉर्म में आना, लास्ट ईयर ही वाज वोफुली आउट ऑफ फॉर्म. Kohli I think looks better as a batsman, and Kohli as a batsman is much more required for RCB than India. If he performs, RCB performs. Whenever Kohli has scored well, RCB has done well, right? So
yeah,
seeing that, Rajat Patidar is a miss, but I'm sure they will make it up with somebody else. Their all rounder Shahbaz say expectations hai. Siraj is doing really well. He's started to show good colors. Good with the white ball. So RCB Varindu Hasaranga, again number one T20 bowler in the world. So
I think sir, we are just naming names, not going into the details of
no,
teams.
no, no. I'm
I
just
just
basically
named four teams.
so RCB number two. Number three for me would be Gujarat Titans, defending champions.
Okay.
Great balance. Hardik Pandya doing well as a
This
captain.
year they got in Williamson too at the top.
So
Let's see.
not
अगर
sure how
उसको
much he will play. Not sure how
yeah
much he will play. So, but I think he's a cover more than anything else. I would like to say Delhi as my fourth team, but I believe Pant's loss will be huge for them. Keeping में शायद सरफराज keeping करेगा if I'm not wrong because
yes
Phil Salt
yes
is a
yeah
foreign player which lets them not have other options.
yeah yeah.
But
फिल शॉर्ट
I
कर सकता था बट उनका फिर वही ओवरसीज बैलेंस बिगड़ेगा बट
exactly so
आई
I will go with Mumbai Indians primarily because Rohit
ओके
Sharma knows how to win IPLs.
या
So and again you can't have Mumbai Indians not perform well for consecutively 2 seasons. So um, that's as I said, I'm going old school. I'm going with the OGs, CSK, RCB, Mumbai Indians, and Gujarat because they were the last year's champion and look very balanced.
कूल एंड जस्ट टू कंफर्म माय फोर टीम्स वुड बी मुंबई दिल्ली हैदराबाद एंड पंजाब
Yes, cool. Let's see. Any young players to watch out for you? Do you think एक ऐसा player को देखना चाहिए हमें चाहे international चाहे Indian?
अच्छा ओके young player or just we can name one or two players to watch out for
हाँ,
all
anybody.
season
You think
okay
इसको देखना है इस साल जरूरी है.
okay uh thanks for putting me on the spot
I'll start.
uh
Meanwhile, you think.
okay
I
yeah
think Yash Dhul as a new player because again पंत नहीं खेल रहा है तो नंबर 4-5 पे
you
जगह हो सकती है दिल्ली में.
you sure he's gonna find a place in playing 11
I'm saying maybe he does, maybe because again Indian
yeah
player खिलाना है. Maybe he does, he doesn't, then maybe not. But if we are talking, if he gets chances, I think he's one to look out for. Might not play all 14, 15 league matches, 16 matches, but maybe he plays three or four, but definitely we'll get the first look of him in this season. One player to watch out for me would definitely be Prithvi Shaw. Even Ricky
yeah
Ponting has said you will see the best of Prithvi Shaw this year. I think he has a lot to prove. Off the field
yeah
antics उसके अलग हैं, but
exactly
he needs to perform this season. I'm not saying he will or he can. He needs to perform this season for his career. Otherwise, we have another Vinod Kamble coming in for us. I think he'll be a lost
absolutely true
potential.
that he needs to perform for himself for Delhi and consequently for India because he has all the tools but ऑफ फील्ड आप इतने झमेले में पड़ोगे तो कैसे होगा
So yeah, Prithvi Shaw, somebody who's a dark horse for me. And if I have to talk about the established player, I think this will be a big, big, big season for Shubman Gill.
hmm.
He
You've
he
named
is
all three Indians
he's looking
okay
really good. He's looking
yeah
really, really good. I think Shubman Gill will go. He's the next step. When you take the next step and become the biggest player of the tournament, that sort
yeah
of a tournament I'm expecting from him. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to say Virat Kohli because I've said that enough. If he plays well, that's not a surprise. So yeah, these are my calls.
okay so rather quickly I'll take three names three players to watch out for first would be Jofra Archer
Mm.
he's firing on all cylinders he's back he's raring to go so yeah I have big hopes on him he's being my most favorite bowler in the world you also already know that. So Jofra Archer would be my first pick to watch out for after the absence of last 1 or 2 year maybe last year, right? So he's very much highly anticipated. Second would be another one of my most favorites right now in world cricket, Tim David. He's
Oh
I,
yes,
I'm really looking forward to him. I think if Mumbai goes on to win the title, he's gonna be the man for sure.
yes, and
And
Brevis.
third would be Mitch Marsh.
Oh, you're not
You
talking
named
about Brevis.
ओके अरे वो बहुत मोनोपोली हो जाएगी ना पूरी मुंबई हो जाएगी
अच्छा.
बट
नहीं
या
नहीं, Mitch Marsh is a good shout. He's
या
like probably right now one of the best one-day players in the world.
एग्जैक्टली उससे मुझे याद है एक rather quickly I would take that thing संजय ने रोहित शर्मा से पोस्ट मैच प्रेजेंटेशन में पूछा था सेकंड मैच के बाद कि वेयर डू यू रेट मिच मार्श एज अ पावर हिटर ही सेड इन वर्ल्ड क्रिकेट टॉप थ्री द वे ही अगर आप उसको देखोगे किस तरह से वो मार आपने शायद देखा नहीं था उतना मैच लाइव वो वाला या इवन थर्ड मैंने देखा है मैंने उसको काफी टाइम से फॉलो किया है जब वो हिट करता है ना बॉल को
Mm-hmm.
ग्रंट करता है वो इतना पावर से मारता है मिच मार्श जैसे बॉलर्स को देखते हैं वो एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट डालते हैं 150 डालने के लिए, या हम टेनिस में देखते हैं इतना ग्रंट निकलता है प्लेयर का,
Hmm.
वो ग्रंट निकलता है मिच मार्श का वाइल बैटिंग। अब आप सोचो कितना ताकत लगाता है वो वाइल हिटिंग अ 6 और 4, सो या ही इज गोना बी देयर।
कंसिस्टेंट है, काफी कंसिस्टेंट है। एंड
या
T20 वर्ल्ड कप जो ऑस्ट्रेलियन जीता तब से कंसिस्टेंसी
या
चलती आ रही है।
और अब
And अभी तो बॉलिंग कराना भी शुरू करेगा। He will start
fortunately
bowling.
fortunately we are able to see him on the park this much consistently
Hmm,
because
hmm,
he's not been injured lately, so good for him,
hmm.
good for Delhi, good for Australia. So yeah,
Good shout.
these three gonna be my pick.
Good shout. Perfect. Thank you so much, Ankit. I think we will be covering more of IPL in the coming weeks, as and when
Yeah.
matches happen, as and when performance happens, and all the talking points. But hoping exciting times for India, for all the world fans of cricket. The biggest tournament of the world is back, and
Yeah, I'm really
we'll.
looking forward to it. I'm very excited.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ankit, and we will connect next week.
Cool, sir. Bye, guys. Bye, sir.